Hello, Selena. Joey Star. Hey, Joey Star here for Star Quality Kitchen. I don't think a food should be judged nor pushed on the merits of the celebrity that's sponsored by it, especially if it's a new flavor designed for said celebrity. Unless that celebrity was involved in the creative process of creating that food or flavor and has an inkling of what they're doing. And that's why I review this new flavor from Oreo. Unless you live under a rock, you have at least some idea of who Selena Gomez is. She is among the most famous, richest, most beautiful, and even adored people on the planet. Well, in a collaboration with Oreo, she has developed her own flavored cookie inspired by horchata, which is a traditional, in this case, Mexican beverage that I also happen to enjoy. Normally I would be concerned or even scoff at a celebrity limited edition flavor, but I know that Selena has roots in Mexico, has some knowledge of cooking, she even had a reality show about it, and tends to be both sincere and clever in her endeavors. So when you take that and throw in those other things that I said about her, how can I not want to eat her cookie? So this box comes with 10 packs of 2 cookies. I don't know if this is the only way they're sold, but this was all that they had in my local store. Let me go ahead and open this. There's a 2-pack. And it says on here that there's 6 unique designs by Selena. And what they mean is what's engraved on one side of the cookie. Like one side has your typical Oreo, like we know. And the other side, like here's 2 designs here. One is some kind of heart with I guess some stuff inside. And the other one is a musical note in the middle. And in a circle it says Selena Tos. It smells like an Oreo with just a hint of, well, a hint of horchata. Actually, if you ever had horchata, this will smell familiar to you. And if I'm looking on the inside here, I can see there's 2 kinds of creams in there. If you want to get a close up, you got your standard white cream, and you have this other brownish cream, which I'm figuring is probably where a lot of the horchata comes from. Or maybe both creams are horchata. Maybe the white is the milkiness of it, and the brown is kind of a cinnamon, because you can make horchata, particularly mixing horchata, with cinnamon and actually rice. We go ahead and let's just break one of these open here. Just gonna give it the old twist off, all right? Show you the inside. There's those 2 creams. It really does have a nice aroma. Kind of sweet and aromatic, and it does kind of smell like a bit of horchata, like I have a glass of horchata here. Let me go ahead and take a bite here. Similar to the aroma. So the cookie part kind of tastes like a traditional Oreo, but a hint less sweet. So I'm thinking the recipe might be a little bit different. And if you look, I mean, kind of the color too, right? Because a normal Oreo, traditional Oreo, it's gonna be more towards black. This is kind of a brown, like a medium brown. You have that difference. And then in the cream, first of all, it's definitely smooth, and it definitely does a good job of capturing that horchata flavor. I can kind of taste that, like that kind of like rice milk type of flavor to it with a touch of cinnamon. Yeah, definitely. The cookie has a nice crunch to it. The cream has a smoothness to it. And what I especially like, and maybe we can thank Selena for this, but it's not super sweet. Like a regular Oreo, I love Oreos, all right? Love them just the way they are. I do nothing to change them. But they are really sweet. And this is less sweet than a traditional Oreo. But what it lacks in that sweetness, and more to makes up for in the authentic flavor that I'm getting from the creams. Let's take another bite here. This is highly enjoyable. Now, my taste palette happens to be one that has a strong liking for Latin flavors and Hispanic flavors, both in the savory foods and in the sweet foods and beverages. So I might be a little biased in the direction of enjoying this, whereas somebody who does not have that kind of palate or hasn't really had that experience, or bite your tongue, but maybe they don't like Hispanic and Latin flavor profiles, I'm not so sure that they would feel the same way about this cookie that I do, or that they would even find it enjoyable at all. You know, you can't please everybody, but you're definitely pleasing me here. Now open another pack. I also want to point out before I get into this next one, there's a nice aftertaste to it too. The aftertaste is purely horchata. Now the thing about horchatas, and horchatas can come from different countries, not just Mexico, but I am more versed in the Mexican horchatas. The thing about the Mexican horchatas is that the flavor is a bit intense, not spicy or anything like that, but it's intense. So if you like it, it's fine. If you don't like it, you really don't like it because it kind of hits you in the face a bit. But that aftertaste on this, it's like the horchata, but lighter. It's not over the top like drinking a authentic horchata would do to you. Let's see what designs we got here. Now we have this design. I haven't a clue what that's supposed to be. I guess it's some kind of heart that's on fire, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. If you know what that is, drop it into the comments. In fact, you can correct me on anything that I say wrong about her or these cookies in the comments. Call me out on that shit. You should. I would. This other one is a musical note, and it looks like little musical rests around it. So that's a common theme of these. I know that one of these, it's saying on the box, it's encouraged you to find the exclusive signature cookie. That exclusive cookie, basically it's the way Selena signs her name, I guess. And from what I understand, that's a first for Oreo. They've had celebrity endorsements before, but they never had anyone's signature as part of the cookie. This time they did because Selena's special. The other reason why I open up this pack too is because it's not truly an Oreo cookie review unless you try it dipped in milk. Glass of milk, cold milk. Gonna sink it in there for a few seconds. Give that milk a time to be absorbed into that cookie. All right, go in for the bite. There you go. That's it right there. That is it right there. This cookie was pretty darn good. The first two I ate, but this cookie now dipped into my favorite milk. It's almost magical. It is so good. I gotta do this again. I can't even finish talking about it yet. Hang on. Yeah. The milk adds a nice, smooth, almost contrast to the sweetness of the cookie. And obviously the cookie's more dissolvable when it's wet in milk, of course, but in your taste buds, it just kind of oozes over nice and smooth as if it were melting into your taste buds. It's really good. I gotta do this. I gotta get more. I need more. This time I'm going full dunk. I mean, I got this cookie fully submerged. My fingers are in there. Who cares? It's my milk. Not like anyone else is gonna drink it. There we go. I mean, you cannot get more milk in this than I have right now. That's even better than the last cookie. Dare I say that despite the fact that the cookie's not that sweet and the milk should, to some degree, water it down, it somehow manages to enhance the sweetness of the cookie, but not in a way that it just makes it taste sweeter, in a way that makes it taste smoother, like almost like it's turned into some kind of candy. Really, really delicious, really satisfying. I can tell you right now, the reason why these are in packs of 2, if it was just a straight sleeve, you'd wolf them down in 2 seconds and probably die of diabetes. Seriously, that is really delicious. I'm gonna say that Oreo is very well known for coming up with all these crazy flavors, and like 90% of those flavors, they just knock it right out of the park. Not only is Selena's cookie knock it out of the park, I'm gonna put myself out there and say that Selena's cookie is in the top 5 Oreos I've ever tried in my life, and believe me, I've tried a lot of them. Oreo, Selena Gomez flavor cookies. Just tried them out. They're out for a limited time. I think if you have a chance, go out there right now. I'm telling you, this cookie is worth trying, not just for the potential deliciousness you're gonna have, just to satisfy your curiosity. I can tell you right now, a lot of thought and work was put into the design of this flavor. Knowing the little bit I know about Selena, she probably tested the hell out of this. She had a lot of ideas. She had a lot of input into it. And like everything else she does, she put a lot of work into it and a lot of heart into it. I can taste that in the cookie. Much like everything else that she does that's already very admirable, I have to admire the fact that when she took on this venture with Oreo, that she put the effort into paying tribute to her roots. How about you? Have you tried Selena's cookies? Have you tried other flavors of Oreos besides the standard and the double stuff and all the stuff that we see all the time? Which of the Oreo limited edition flavors do you think are your favorites, or at least ones worth mentioning? And if you have tried these, where does that fit on your list? For me, definitely within the top 5, maybe even top 3. It's really that good, especially when you dip it into that milk. Thanks so much for watching Star Quality Kitchen. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and stalk. Laters. Hello, Selena? Joey Star. That guy from the YouTube channel, Star Quality Kitchen? No? It doesn't matter. I just tried those Oreos, and I wondered if we can get together and discuss them over some horchata. How did I get your number? I met a guy that knows you. He gave it to me. I don't remember his name. I think it starts with a W, maybe a Q. I wasn't paying that much attention. I'd just come home from shopping for a speedboat. Yeah, that's right.